Good morning, everyone. Lori Marie here, mixed media artist in Vallejo, California. Thank you for joining me. Glorious sunny day. My dad is just getting up, so I want to get this going here. I had promised somebody that I would show my Jack and Sally coffee mug. Actually, Christy gave this to me because I broke mine in class one day. And Jack and Sally stood on our wedding cake. So that's very, very fun. So anyway, thank you for joining, doing some background playfulness in my Morning Mourning Pages Journal. Art is the universal healer, and walking through this grief and sorrow and healing with grace with the help of my village, our community. So I remain ever so grateful for that. All right, enough said this morning. See you on the table. All right, this is your project for today. This is in my Morning Mourning book. Lots and lots of fun layers to play with, and a fun message too. Do not try this alone. I used my jelly plate, I used a napkin, I used a tea bag, I used acrylics, I used underpants, I used black gesso. So lots of fun stuff. Good morning. We're going to put some underpants on the Morning Mourning book, okay? All right, I have the underpants on. The Mod Podge is not quite dry. I'm bringing in cobalt turquoise. That sounds fun. Ooh, it's nice and thick. And I'm going to bring a card in and smush it around. And we'll let that dry. All right, this paint is not quite dry, but I'm going to go forward. This is a green gold. I always like this until I get it on the page, and then it's like, oh, I don't know if I like that or not. But we're going to use it. Bring the card in and the smush. And we'll let that dry. I'm going to take my 60 grit sanding block and I'm going to go over the page. It's gorgeous already. I'm going to put some bits and pieces of discarded paper or ephemera on the page just haphazardly. Let it dry. I am bringing out my yummy gel plate, putting some paint on there and some art varnish. Bring in my all-time favorite stencil, which I'm waiting patiently for because we have some orders for it. And I'm going to put my page down on there. Press it down the best I can. Square that down. There we go. Bring in some turquoise. Yummy! A little bit of pinky red. Bring in some rusty corrugated cardboard for some texture. Lay that on our page. Beautiful. All right, let's sand that a little bit. Nice and grungy. I'm going to put some varnish on it to just kind of seal it. And let that dry. Good morning. I'm going to bring in some more pieces of underpants. Add another layer. Bring in some color and a brayer. Since the paper's wet, my brayer's picked up the paper, made it kind of grungy. Love that. We're going to let that dry. You know I can't wait for that to dry. I'm bringing the green gold in and my stencil. Adding some color. Just another layer. I could layer all day. And we'll try to let that dry. Bring in black gesso and my card. I'm going to blot those with a paper towel. And then let it dry. I have a yummy tea bag here. Glue that down with Mod Podge. And I have a yummy piece of napkin. I'm going to glue that down. Glue down my words and walk away for a few minutes. I'm going to bring in my Stabilo, go around the edges, but first I want to, oh, it's not dry yet. Of course it's not dry. Then I'm going to stand it up and let that Stabilo get down. I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to play with this page and doodle a little bit on it. So just go for it and play. So I created some buildings with a white gel pen, and I'm going back over it with a fine Sharpie pen, paint pen. I'm going to bring in the compressed white charcoal, and I'm going to go around the letters a little bit. I'm joining my dad for dinner, so I'm doing this on the table with him. So I took the chalk, went around things to lighten them up, and then I brought the Stabilo back in around the bottom and the top and the end of the word only. I didn't go between on this one. Just the top, the bottom, and the ends. So, broken heart, life. Do not try this alone. Take your community. All right, your turn. Go create, go play, go have fun.